Hi there. Well. 2 days ago, 80 degrees. Yesterday, 80 degrees. Today, a nice, toasty 40 degrees. I'm freezing out here. And I was gonna tell you what we were gonna do today, but I don't know yet. I'm just gonna walk around and check everything out. It's a nice day for like working hard, so I might go back in the back and like cut up some sticks and clean some area out back there. I might work more on my rock path, but before we do that, let's just check out these pulmonaria or lungwort. They are called spot on. Aren't these so pretty? If you guys are looking for something that blooms early spring to put in your garden with the most amazing electric, like blue, purple, pink flowers on them, these are your plant. And then the leaf is just really cool when it's not blooming. It's just a really great plant. I think I'm gonna move them this year. I every time they bloom back here in my dump bed, I'm like, man, I wish I could see these. And so I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet, and after they're done blooming, I'm gonna move them, like, I don't know, up in the gully somewhere where I can actually see them. I'm just nervous because they do so well down here, and I don't want to like put them somewhere where they don't do well. But check that out. Isn't that neat? Such a cool plant. This is the spot on pulmonaria. I don't know. I really want to start working on this back here sooner than later because look, doesn't it look good? My moss and ajuga are growing in really well. But I want to try to work on this sooner than later because pretty soon here, this is going to start, growing in pretty thick with all this brush, and I kind of want to clean. Well, I can't clean that log up. I gotta have Nate cut it for me, but I wanna burn a brush pile, but it's been so windy that I can't burn anything. These like little sucker trees and stuff, I want to come in and clean up and just make this all a free flowing area where I can make a secret garden. Maybe I'll work on that because it's actually a sort of a cooler day, and it's a lot of fun to do that kind of work when it's a little bit cooler because you get all warmed up and it feels good. So I'm gonna go grab my little pink chainsaw and we're gonna get to cutting and trimming and see how far we can get. I'm trying to decide if I want to start a fire. It's not very windy today, but like yesterday there was no wind at all. And then all of a sudden about like 3 or 4 o'clock the sun went down and it got really eerily windy. So I mean, it's pretty early in the morning right now, so I should be fine, but I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to start a fire. It's literally this pink chainsaw, and I don't know these batteries. I think one of these batteries is charged, but it gave you 2 batteries. You just put the battery on like that. You push that button and pull the trigger. Let's hope it's charged. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go up and charge this one while we're using this. That way we have an extra when this is done. But they gave you a charger, an extra chain, this screwdriver probably to tighten some gloves, safety goggles, and then a little bottle for oil, which I don't have in here because I did have it in here and it leaked. So anyway, I'm gonna go up, charge this battery while we're using the other one, and see how far we get. I'll have to wait till Nate gets back. He's at the gym working out right now, and he'll cut up that big log. We're just gonna zip off all the sucker trees. cuts pretty good. Like, you can see it cut that one really nice. I've cut probably, the biggest one I've cut is probably like that size and diameter, and it took me a minute to get it through there, but it's a nice little chainsaw. So yeah, I'm just gonna zip around and get all those, and then we'll maybe clean up the big sticks. If it's like this, I'll probably cut them off unless I want to leave it for my garden back here, but this one I don't, because it's kind of right in the middle of everything. And then also I might be able to cut, like dig some of these out, but I just want to show you how. But like this one I'm just going to cut and see how it does. And it's going to come from the other side. It's pretty good. No.
I'm telling you, you better change your ways. I'm tired of being lonely night and day. While around the town you chase, there'll be someone in your place if you don't stop your cheating.
Alright, it's getting there. I got most of the sucker trees in here, so this is pretty cleaned out. No, it doesn't look very cleaned out, but it is. And then I have like a bunch of sticks I gotta pick up here. This tree is so dead that I was able to just push it, and I couldn't push it obviously past these like hawthorn trees. So I was thinking I kind of want to keep it. I like to use big logs like that to line my beds or walkways or the edge of our property or whatever. So I think I'm gonna have Nate, when he gets home, just like push it up and connect it with the ones I have up there, and so it'll go like that. So that'll be kind of the edge of the bed, but it's a good start for now. And I wish I could make a burn pile, but I don't really want to because it is a little bit windy out here. I think I'm just gonna wait till it's like not windy. But I just did a walk around my garden to see what else I need to get done, and I noticed on the other side of my house over there, which gets neglected because I spend a lot of my time up in the gully, but that needs some help. It needs raked out, some stuff needs cut back, so we're just gonna go over there and clean that up. This is the spot. It looks pretty bad, but we're gonna get all this cleaned up. I've got tons of hosta in here, and some of them are making their way up. This thing is gonna be blooming, not with any flowers or anything, but just really pretty like reddish purple leaves. So we want to clean that up and just get rid of all the hosta foliage from last year, cut back that astilbe because it already put on its new growth, get these big weeds out of here. This columbine was beautiful last year. It just volunteered right here, and I left it because it was just really, really pretty. And I think it might have came over from my neighbor's yard. So thank you to my neighbor for that. She's got some in her yard, and I see it's like, oh my gosh, it's like reseeding itself in here. Wow, that's really cool. I might dig some of that up and go see if it'll grow in the gully. But for now, let's get this cleaned up, and we'll even come down here, and I gotta cut back my grass. Let's hope the new stuff is coming up. Oh, it is. Okay, there's some new growth in there. We'll cut all this dead stuff off and get this all cleaned up.
I'm getting wise, so take a tip from me. I'm not the foolish soul I used to be. If you think you're treating me wrong, you'll come home and I'll be gone. If you don't straighten out, I'm telling you. That never takes a turn, and the heart is hard that has no chance to yearn. I have loved you much too much, you big old such and such. Now you better straighten out, I'm telling you. Hey, I loved you much too much, you big old such and such. You better straighten out.
Alright, that looks a lot better. This is a whole nother project, so it looks a little messy, but these are just plants that I overwinter. So I usually overwinter heuchera in my pots and grasses, Lysimachia. So those are kind of making their way back, and I'll get that cleaned up another time, but this looks alright. Nate usually comes around with a blower and gets all that, and it's a lot easier, but yeah, it looks really nice. And pretty soon this will just be full of hosta. So they're all popping up and they're all over in here. This hosta right here I just dug out. It was a volunteer that had been growing along the back of the wall there, like kind of right under there. I just dug it out. And it's been driving me nuts for the past couple of years, but like I said, I usually get in this garden late because it's kind of an afterthought. So by the time it's, time to take it out, it's already big and huge. I'm like, ugh, I'll do it next year. So I'm glad I got that out. It was right there. And we'll get that put. I can't remember what kind it was, but it was really pretty. And it was a big one. So maybe we'll just go put it in the gully somewhere. Or I'm trying to think if there's a spot we could put it. Let me think for a sec. All right, I think I know where I want to put it. I gotta dig all these weeds out too. So over here, under this tree here, it just gets really weedy and stuff. And so I should probably come in here, get all these weeds out. Maybe I'll throw the hosta in there. All right, that actually worked really good. So this columbine, this actually showed up last year as well, and I left it, and it was so beautiful in here. I just loved it so much. And then I also see some more are growing in here. So there's tons of it growing in here. This is how it started out last year. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like columbine. I'm gonna leave it. And it bloomed beautifully. So how awesome would that be if this whole section just like took over with this big, beautiful columbine? And it actually looked really pretty all season long. Like after it bloomed, I left the blooms on them and they looked really cool, all dried up. That hosta, it naturally kind of split into two chunks. So I put one there and then one there. I probably could have split it a third time, but it's a pretty big hosta, so I'm assuming that it'll all kind of grow together and hopefully be one big hosta there. And then let's hope that this columbine kind of takes over too, because it's really neat. This is probably the quickest I've gotten out here to clean all this stuff up, so I'm pretty excited. It feels good to get it going here. And this I cleaned up the other day. Oh, look, the weeping cherry is so pretty. Wow. Oh, it's so fluffy. Yeah, this I cleaned up the other day. I do need to come in and get all the wild chives that are growing in here, but I gotta use the shovel to do it because they just, if you don't get the root, they just keep coming back. But boy, it's a good start. The pears are prime time right now. It's so nice to get this side of the house gradually cleaned up so it can start looking good again. Let's do a little walk around and I'll show you guys how everything's looking. So the hostas are starting to pop up. This is a Sum and Substance, my favorite. The Bridal Veil Astilbe are popping up. And then this section right here I extended last fall. You can see it came out. Oh, let's take a look at my geraniums and see how they're doing. Can you see them in there? No, you can't really see because of the glare. But anyway, the hostas are popping up in here. And then the Annabelle hydrangeas. These love it back here, so we gave them more room. And then this hydrangea is just nuts. It is a monster. This will be a project. I want to come in here and get all these. It used to be just one little tiny plant, and all these like suckers are growing, and that one's growing. Oh gosh, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely beautiful, but I keep taking chunks off of it because it just gets bigger and bigger. Like this little chunk. See, that's the mama plant, and this one's way over here. And it's connected to like a runner. That's what they do, but I'm gonna dig these up and put them somewhere else. Yeah. Let's see, what else could we show ya? I was gonna show you the bleeding heart, and I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's taking its sweet time. Last year it popped up a lot sooner, but last year we had a really abnormal spring. I feel like it went right from winter to like early summer almost, and it just got really warm quickly, so everything like shot up really, really fast. And this year I'm kind of loving it because everything is taking its sweet time, and I'm being able to take moments to enjoy it a little bit more because it is taking more time. Because like my bleeding hearts, for instance, I feel like by this time last year they were already like up and blooming, and right now they are like just starting to go. So check that out. See, they're just starting to put on some buds. That one, that's probably my biggest one, and then I've got this one right here. It's got throwing some buds on there. And then this one I threw in last year, I think, to replace, I think it was last year, to replace my one that I killed. But anyway, just stuff like that is like been a lot more fun to enjoy because it's taking a little more time. Same with these Jacob's Ladder. I think I showed you guys these Jacob's Ladder, I don't know, maybe like a few weeks ago, and they're just starting to bud up right now. So that's just, I don't know, I'm really excited about that. Oh, you know what we should check? Madame Somia, the storm cloud. Let's go check that. That's usually one of the first things that pop up too. And on the way over, this is hilarious. This is Chipmunk Crossing. I have to get my chipmunk on there and then get my sign out. But this is what the chipmunks do in here. They go around and dig and collect nuts and different things. And also they dig up the bulbs and then they think they're gonna eat it. And then they replant them for me over here. They've done it with these daffodils right here. But yeah, I just think it's hilarious. Anyway, oh my goodness, look at these. These hesses are called Fire Island. And look how pretty that is. Then the stems are almost like a reddish color. But they'll stay this color for, I don't know, a good month or two. And then they do start getting a little bit more greener as the summer progresses. But those those always are just like, okay, springtime is here. This section, oh, you can tell I worked in here the other day. Well, I can tell. It looks way better than it did. And my hyacinth are done. The daffodils are still going, but these are still really pretty when they start to yellow and brown up. It doesn't really bother me at all. I've got lots of other things going on in the garden, so those are fine to just do their thing there. One of you guys asked me about this little gnome on the turtle. I don't know where I got this. Well, I know where I got it. I just don't know what store. My mother-in-law and father-in-law got this for me. Gosh, I don't even know. For my birthday, probably 5-6 years ago. And it is the coolest little thing. So all these little yellow spots in the flowers are lights. And it's a solar light. And it lights up really, really good at night. I can see it from my window. But I don't know. It's been so long, I'm not really sure where she got it. You could probably take a screenshot and like put it in the Google pictures and see if you could find it. But I know he's really, really cute. This thing I got from like a craft show at my sister's. Huh? Oh, okay. Nate just got home. This was at one of my sister's craft shows. Somebody was selling these. I thought they were really cool. And then this was my grandma's, Grandma Bonnie. And she gave it to me when I did a tour of her garden. I'll show you what else she gave me too. This is actually really cool. He's kind of hidden. He's kind of sneaky, but it's a gecko. My dad got this for my grandma years ago, and she gifted it to me when they moved out of their house and into their condo, and I have him on this tree. So thanks, Dad and Grandma. Look what I found, guys. The beast of all beasts. Yeah, the Timberman.
Look at the mess you left.
Yeah. If it matters at all, I did look for a broom. And then I don't know what happened. I forgot. We are back. The Timberman's gonna cut me down some trees. But yeah, this area back here, it used to look, well, actually, while he's getting his chainsaw stuff ready, I'll show you. We built our house, and this is just an empty lot, one of the last lots in here. And the guys, it was all woods basically, and the home builders, they cleared out to right here. So from this tree, they left these two trees, and all around these trees, like from here back, was all woods, like what you see out there. And we seen these two trees, and we're like, boy, those are really cool trees. My brother came over here one day, and we just started cleaning. We made a burn pile. We started cleaning all this and cutting the wood, and I just started stacking the wood right there just to have it go somewhere, and that's where it stayed. But anyway, so this used to be all woods, and I've gradually been cleaning it out, just like my gully. This I cleaned out a couple years ago. And then, okay, you could come through here, but don't step on my hosta, please. Okay. There's a hosta right there, so. I want you to cut down those trees. Yeah.
Many, many years ago, when this land was young and a lot of our country was covered in big, tall, beautiful trees. And men had to have trees to make wood, to build houses, to make furniture with, to make boats with, even to make paper with. So, as more and more people came, more wood was needed. So more and more trees were cut down. And the man that lived in the forest and cut down the trees was called the timberman.
You could grab that and like, I wanted to go like behind the rocks.
Many, many years ago, when the sun was young, a lot of our country was covered.
Yeah.
You're smoking crack. There's no way.
Yeah, you can do it. I know you can. You lifted all those rocks.
Well, my world is green and dark and dead. My home is in the logging camp. All week I cut down the mighty trees. Saturday I get to do as I please. I give the man more than his hire, and he'll never know it if I tire. Show me the toughest tree around, the timberman will bring it down. Swing it hard, cut it.
Wait.
Asking me to pull a 20-foot log uphill.
When the axe is in mine,
I mean,
make way for the timberman.
Yep.
don't get it.
It's because I think you can do it. Just pretend like, somebody's gonna die.
Yeah. Like me?
Yeah, no, like me. Or yeah, like you.
Yeah, he was a mighty big tough man, usually that timberman that lived in the forest, and he cut down all those big trees. Well, they say there's sawdust in my brain, and don't get caught up in the rain. I got stump water in my blood, sweat from my brow turns the ground to mud.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's so good.
Now what?
Can you, I mean, if you want to pull it up further, you can, but it's probably fine.
further?
It's probably fine.
Where's your dream place?
Hold on, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Where's your dream place?
Wait, I don't really know. Like, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
You want a little further?
Maybe if you want.
Mark the spot.
Okay, maybe like 2 or 3 feet.
So is it
Yeah,
here?
sure.
Good?
Perfect.
Swing it hard, cut it clean, no halfway or in between. Move when the axe is in my hand, make way for the timberman. When the men don't know how to fell a tree, the one that they'll come ask is me. I'll mark my spot and take my stand, the tree's gonna fall for the timberman. Swing it hard, cut it clean, no halfway or in between. Moving the axes in my hand, make way for the timberman. When they're cutting down those trees and it's about ready to fall, the man yells out, "Timber!"
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and for watching and just coming along while I clean a few different things up. I will hopefully talk to you guys later. Bye.